So you're probably seeing a bunch of Doom the Dark Ages reviews out right now, and here is another one. I played this game on Ultra Violence. It took me about 12.3 hours to complete the whole game, including all 22 chapters in the game, and I have a few thoughts I want to share right now. So, long story short, Doom the Dark Ages is a little bit different than the previous Dooms. The whole mantra of stand and fight is present throughout the game. The gameplay is real good. Just stopping playing for the night, I realized that I want to go back and I want to play more just because I like the combat encounters that much. Each fight is basically you got to figure out how you want to clear the battlefield and then take on the tougher opponents, mano a mano, and literally stand and fight. You parry green attacks, and then you get openers for really, really devastating hits. There's a lot of different weapons that you can unlock. Some of my favorites include, of course, the two different kinds of shotguns, the super shotgun and the regular shotgun. I really like the Ravager. I found myself on the back half of the game using the Cycler a lot, which is basically an electrical gun that will electrocute enemies, and it kind of can stun them and cause electricity to ripple throughout the playing field. And that I used to great joy and to great success to clear the campaign. There was one weapon I didn't love. I didn't really like the chain shot. It has like a charge up ability, then it shoots out a ball on a chain, and that wasn't my favorite. But I did like the melee options. There is a fist that you can use for melee, and you can do a little bit of a combo. There is the chain flail that you can use, or you can actually utilize a big old club near the end of the game, and I found myself leveling that one up the most just because it is super satisfying to just bump, kill enemies once you get through to that point in the game. And of course there is the BFC, not the BFG, because they wanted to change it up a little bit, I guess. It's a big crossbow, and I am happy to report that when you actually get that weapon, it is a really, really cool moment, and when you use it, it is very satisfying, even if ammo is quite sparse and you'll have to use it a bit more sparingly. I wouldn't be doing it justice if I didn't talk about the shield. The shield allows you to block attacks, parry attacks. If you hold it up, you can dash across basically the majority of the level to quickly zip around the map, and it is really, really fun. You can also throw it Captain America style, and it'll come back to you. You can use it for traversal. It's a really versatile tool, and they did a really, really good job with the shield. It might be my favorite addition in this game, just because of its versatility and its use cases. It is a really, really fun tool, and man, every chance I could get, I was blocking and then dashing across the map basically to interact with a different enemy, or to get out of a conflict, or to just finish off an opponent who I had just weakened. The shield is really, really a great addition to the Doom series. There is a story in this game. The story is, it's fine. You know, you get a cutscene, you get a little bit of more lore about the Doom Slayer and what happens with him. It's definitely like a popcorn flick level script, I would call it, but it is fun to see the Doom guy doing cool Doom guy things in this world. And I'm not going to spoil any of the story, but I think you'll enjoy what they have presented here, and I'm sure the lore nerds are going to go nuts about all of that. The gameplay overall, so playing on Ultra Violence, I don't know if it's because I really like parrying or I play a lot of fighting games, but it actually felt kind of easy to me starting out. I did get challenged around chapter 5, and you know, the back half of the game, starting around chapter 17, I think it starts to get more and more challenging, and there are bosses in this game that you'll fight, and you'll need to really figure out their timing and such. But I didn't think it was particularly hard. I didn't find myself like, oh, I'm never going to be able to get through this, or breaking my keyboard and mouse because I couldn't finish the game. And I do wonder what people are going to think about that. I'm sure if I bumped it up to a harder difficulty and the enemies were hitting me a bit harder, I would struggle a bit more. But I believe Ultra Violence is like hard because it's the third option. So it's It's not the easiest, it's not the hardest. It was a sweet spot for me. So for me, that setting was right where I wanted it to be. I didn't want like a cakewalk. I didn't want the hardest, crazy hard difficulties, but I really liked playing through on this difficulty, and I think it was a good ramp up in terms of difficulty towards the end of the game. But I do wonder if some players are going to find it a little bit easier than I did. Probably not as hard as some of the other Dooms. Some of the other Dooms I end up bouncing off of after a while just because, I don't know. But this one I really stuck with it. I really found myself every night, I'm like, I should play another level. The levels range from about 28 minutes to 45 minutes for the longer ones, I would say. There were 2 additions beyond like the combat arenas. So I really like the combat arenas. I really like getting into the fights and solving the puzzle of like, okay, how do I clear this arena? How do I kill the bad guys? The one thing that I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it, were the giant flying missions, basically, where you got to fly around on the electric dragon or whatever you want to call it, and the rock'em sock'em giant robot stuff. I will say that when you did encounter the very few chapters that have you utilize these mechanics, it did kind of break up the action a little bit, and it was sort of nice. Like on the dragon, you'll lock onto a thing, and then you dodge, and then you get a superpower, then you take out the turrets, it's whatever, and they'll bring you to different locations by having you chase these ships, and then you shoot down the ships, and it's sort of on rails. So you follow the ship, you shoot it down, you get some credits or gold, and then you can upgrade your character. It's okay. It wasn't like the best thing I've ever played in my life. The dragon fights were just sort of whatever. It was a nice break of pace, and it kind of gave you something to do in this mini game. The rock'em sock'em robot stuff, every time I got it, I'm like, well, this is going to be super easy. There was never any of the rock'em sock'em robot missions where I'm just like, oh, I'm really going to struggle with this, because all you're really doing is you're pressing 2 buttons. You're pressing light attack, dodge, I guess would be another input, and then heavy attack. It was just really easy. Like, it was nice that it broke it up, but it's nothing to like write home about. I'm not going to be writing a thesis about why the rock'em sock'em robot levels in Doom the Dark Ages is one of the best things gaming ever. It was just sort of a palate cleanser, so to speak, and I appreciate that it's there, but it wasn't my favorite thing. And on the music, I do miss Mick Gordon, but I think the music that is played here is totally fine. I actually felt like the mix was a little bit off. Like the music near the end, I felt like it was kicking in and like hyping me up to go do cool Doom guy stuff and slay demons and wreck shop, so to speak. So I did enjoy that, but it just felt sort of muted in the overall sound mix. You can adjust that on your own, but yeah, so to me, maybe it was just incorporated in a way where I didn't notice it. But I would always notice the music in the like Doom Eternal when I was playing, and I felt that was slightly different, but maybe I'm the only one there. There's lots of side objectives. I finished the game. I probably have like, I don't know, 10 more achievements that I could unlock by getting all of the little things and getting all the upgrades and doing the challenges to get the best version of the gun so that you could max out your gun and just learn that every little nuance about those weapons. But I finished the game, and if I want to go back, there's plenty for me to explore. There's plenty of secrets. There's like these lore cards that you can get. You can level up your guns. You can level up your melee abilities to the max level. And there is a reason to go back and play if you are a huge Doom fan looking for more to do. So what are my overall thoughts? I think this is a great Doom game. Doom the Dark Ages, I had a ton of fun. Like I said, any time that I play a game and I'm looking at the clock thinking maybe I could do one more mission or one more chapter in the game, because they really hit a sweet spot with how long they are. They're 20 or 30 minutes. You can pause whenever you want. As a dad with kids, especially late at night, that's usually when I get to play my games. I really do appreciate that, and I had a really good time with Doom the Dark Ages. Like, on my scale, it's probably a 9 out of 10 just for some of the issues that I laid out. I usually just say should you buy this game? Should you rent it? You should pick it up. Yeah, especially if you have Game Pass. Definitely play it when it comes to Game Pass at the very least. It's a really, really good Doom game. It's really, really fun. The cutscenes are a lot of fun. The gameplay, the moment-to-moment gameplay is a lot of fun. It's right in that sweet spot in terms of length. I didn't really feel like there was... I can't think of any filler moments, like just palette cleansers, I guess we'll call them. I didn't feel like I was like stuck in an area where I had to do anything, but pretty good game. Pretty good game. Xbox has been absolutely on fire with their entries. Doom the Dark Ages is awesome. I highly recommend it. It's probably one of my favorite games of 2025 so far. I was already looking forward to it. I got to play it early and tell you all about it, and guess what? I really like it. So check it out. Highly recommend Doom the Dark Ages, and I hope you'll give it a shot. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know my content goes live. I do greatly appreciate it. I do appreciate the members also. Spingetter, Aries, Filaroni, Inner Machine, and Christopher Eddy. I read them all over, and everybody else who has supported the channel over the years, especially since going independent. I really appreciate all of y'all, especially the top supporters who supported for years down there in the white tier. Anyway, I'm rambling because I'm tired. You can also support on patreon.com/SaveStatePlus or by becoming a YouTube member. I'm going to get out of here. Great game. Go play Doom the Dark Ages. It's wonderful. And if you want to check out my preview of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4, you can do that also on Game Pass. Microsoft is absolutely on fire in 2025. I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.